The streets of Jinghai shimmered with the heat of a fading day as Zhao Mei swept tirelessly, her broom scraping a steady rhythm against the cracked pavement. Dust clung to her simple clothes, marking her as just another faceless cleaner in the city's endless hum. But as the tale begins, a figure stumbled into her path. Gao Feng, the 23rd generation heir of the Gao clan, his face pale and his breath ragged. "I've got 3 days left," he rasped, pressing a wad of money into her hands. "An incurable curse runs in my blood. You sweep so hard. Take this and live well." Zhao Mei paused, her dark eyes glinting with something unspoken, a spark of mystery beneath her worn exterior. "Fate's a funny thing," she said, her voice calm but firm. "I wasn't planning to help you, but you've got an honest heart. I'll see what I can do." Her words hung in the air, simple yet heavy, like a stone poised to ripple a still pond. Before Gao Feng could respond, a trio of voices sliced through the moment, sharp and commanding. Liang Bo, the healing sovereign, strode forward, his presence a testament to years of defying death. Su Lan, the celestial healer, followed, her grace as striking as her family's storied medical heritage. Wei Kong, the divine physician, completed the group, his stern gaze a wall of authority. They were legends, summoned to save Gao Feng, their young master, from his grim fate. "A fraud dares touch him?" Sulan snapped, her eyes raking over Zhao Mei's dusty figure. "A cleaner has no business here." The scene crackled with tension, a stage set for a clash of wills. Ling Bo nudged Zhao Mei aside, his fingers seeking Gao Feng's pulse with practiced ease, while Su Lan and Wei Kong hovered, their expertise a fortress of certainty. Yet Zhao Mei stood unshaken. "His core organs are collapsing, his vital channels fading," she said, her voice piercing their murmurs. "It's a brutal affliction, but he's fortunate. He crossed my path." The trio's laughter rang out, a dismissive chorus. Who was this woman, this street sweeper, to challenge their mastery? Gao Feng's mother, Madame Gao, caught the quiet strength in Zhao Mei's stance. "Come to our home," she urged, her voice trembling with desperation. "Save my son. He's too good to die like this." Zhao Mei nodded, her agreement a subtle shift that promised a storm to come. She climbed into her own car, a detail that pricked the air with intrigue, spurning the Gao family's offered carriage. The drive to their sprawling estate hummed with the sound of engines and faint music, a prelude to the drama about to unfold. In the grand halls of the Gao residence, the stakes soared. Madame Gao clutched a scroll, her voice quivering with hope. "Cure him, and he's yours to wed," she declared, and Sulan's eyes flashed with ambition. "Young Master Gao Feng's allure is unmatched. I'll claim him," she vowed, her confidence a stark foil to Zhao Mei's silence. The healing sovereign, celestial healer, and divine physician set to work, their hands probing, their minds racing, but the curse mocked them. "It's beyond us," Ling Bo muttered, stepping back. Su Lan and Wei Kong echoed his dismay, their legendary skills unraveling before an enigma they couldn't grasp. Zhao Mei watched, her broom replaced by a stillness that drew every eye. "They can't save him," she said, her words a quiet thunderclap. Su Lan spun on her. "You dare spout nonsense? My lineage has healed for centuries. You're a nobody." But Madame Gao, clinging to hope, turned to Zhao Mei. "Please try." With a few swift stitches, movements so precise they seemed otherworldly, Zhao Mei steadied Gao Feng's pulse. The room hushed, the trio's disbelief a thick haze. "Impossible," Sulan whispered, her pride fracturing. "She saved him." Gao Feng stirred, his voice faint. "I saw a spirit," he murmured, and Zhao Mei offered a faint smile. "I'm just a cleaner," she said, turning to leave as the music swelled, a marker of her victory. But this was merely the opening note of a grander song, one that would weave through betrayal, revelation, and unyielding power. Back in her humble world, Zhao Mei faced a new tempest. Her fiancé of 5 years, Ma Jun, stood before her, his face twisted with scorn. "I've decided," he said, thrusting a divorce paper at her. "We don't fit. I've dragged the Ma family from ruin to glory. My path is boundless. And you? A cleaner." Zhao Mei's gaze sharpened. "You think I've squandered every chance? Your father cast me out, paving the way for your sister, Ma Yulan, to rise." Ma Jun's laugh was cold, cutting. "You're useless, Zhao Mei. Sign this and end it." She didn't waver. "Our wedding's days away. Think it over." He sneered. "We're worlds apart now. The jade pinnacle's pouring trillions into my family. I'll soar, and you'll sink." Zhao Mei's eyes were iron. "And who do you think secured that deal?" "Me?" His laughter echoed, empty and brittle. "You? A cleaner? Stop your delusions." The wedding day dawned, a dazzling affair at the Imperial Lotus Hotel, Jinghai's 9-star jewel. Zhao Mei stood among the glittering throng, her cleaner friends at her side, invited to share her moment. Ma Jun's family recoiled. "You brought these riffraff?" his mother hissed. "The Ma family has a name to uphold." Zhao Mei's voice was steady, unyielding. "They're people too. I reserved this hotel. I say who stays." But Ma Jun had a different script. As the ceremony began, he stepped forward, his voice ringing out. "Today's bride isn't Zhao Mei, it's Ma Yulan, the Ma clan's new heir." The crowd gasped, and Zhao Mei's mother, Lin Xiu, gripped her arm. "What's going on?" she whispered. Zhao Mei's lips curved faintly. "Let them have their moment. My surprise is still coming." Ma Yulan swept in, her gifts extravagant. A Song dynasty scroll, a custom sedan, piles of cash, symbols of her ascendancy. "See the difference between us?" she taunted. Zhao Mei stayed silent, her calm a gathering storm. Then came Qian Hao, Jinghai's wealthiest magnate, kneeling before her with a list that dwarfed Ma Yulan's. Billions in holdings, a sleek jet. "Forgive me, Miss Zhao," he pleaded, and the room froze. Ma Jun scoffed. "She's a cast-off. Why grovel to her?" The answer struck like lightning. Zhou Tian, heir of the mighty Zhou clan from Beizhou, arrived, his proposal a seismic shift. "I offer tens of billions. Marry me, Miss Zhao." Ma Yulan bristled. "I'm the heir. Why her?" Zhou Tian's glare silenced her. "You're not worthy to compare." Ma Jun, enraged, clung to his ace. "The Jade Pinnacle's trillion-yuan deal will make me untouchable. Lord Jade Serpent's my godfather." But Zhao Mei's voice sliced through. "I created the Jade Pinnacle. That deal, I gave it, and now I revoke it." The crowd erupted in disbelief. Lord Jade Serpent arrived, bowing low. "Lady Jade Phoenix," he intoned, and the deal vanished. Ma Yulan's father, Ma Heng, begged, "Save the Ma family." She shook her head. "You chose her over me. Face the fall." Kings, dignitaries, and an empress flooded the hotel. Their offerings, crowns, blessings, piling at Zhao Mei's feet. She crowned Zhou Tian, her groom, as Ma Jun and Ma Yulan faded into obscurity. "I swept streets to live simply," she told the awestruck assembly. "Fame and wealth are dust to me, but defy me and you crumble." The Ma and Gao families collapsed, their legacies ash, while Zhao Mei, the Lady Jade Phoenix, rose, a legend incarnate, her tale a ballad of triumph over treachery.